this is what we do. So on the to create a new reel, see at the bottom in the middle there, there's that little play button. So you click that. It's going to open up reels. It's going to show you one. You can scroll through the most popular reels. So if you want to create one, you click the little camera at the top right. Okay. So that opens this. Here's me. Okay. So you could add things at the beginning, like the music. So see that on the left-hand side, there's a little music thing. So if you click that, you could choose a song. And if you know what song you want to use already, just put it in. So like, I don't know, I'm just going to pick some random song. Snoop Doggy Dogg Christmas. Okay. And you choose which portion of the song you want to use. Okay. So you can scrub this little in and out point across the song and then choose the lyrics that you want. So you can play around with it and keep in mind, like, you're not committed to this. Like if you choose a portion of the song to start from and then you want to change it later, that's fine. So just, you choose the portion of the song you want and then you can go back and change it. Keep looping it. And then if you want to record,
you can also change the volume of the song. And I realized that some of them like come out really loud in people's feed, and so you want to like adjust the volume too, so it's not like at the full. How you
So let's say, let me do it after, because I think I'll add the song after. I'll show you how to do it. So this is like, if you wanted to record yourself like you would a live, you would press this round button at the bottom and hold it for as long as you want to record. And then you could add a filter, an effect to your face if you want, using that button. And then I think this is speed. So you can change the speed of the clip if you want using these buttons. So this is if you want to record something live, like just say like, hey, I'm drinking my green juice, whatever. Okay. Do you want to let these people into the room?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So once that's done, what you would do is go to the next step. So here I'm actually, what I wanted, I don't want to record something live. You could do that if you want. But I want to use something from my phone. Like I already have a video saved. So I click on the bottom left button. See all the way on the bottom, there's that little picture. So that's just your library. So if you click that, and then I'm going to go into my videos. Where's my videos? So I can say recent. I'll just find a video here. Okay, so here's the video I did of me with the shaker bottle. Okay, so it's showing you at the bottom here. It's playing it, right? And these are the in and out points. So I could choose how much of this video I want to take. Okay, I can't take out a chunk from the middle, but if I want to trim the beginning, I want to trim the end, I could do that here. Okay, so I'm just going to go till there. And then at the top right, it says add. So I'll click that. So that adds it to my sequence, right? So now, do I want to add another clip, or do I want to record something? I'd press the middle button and record myself talking, whatever I want. But I want to add another little clip, another little video, okay? So what I'm going to do is, see at the top left, there's that pink line. It's kind of like that rosy pink line. That's showing me the first clip. And I think I have a maximum of 30 seconds. So it's showing me, okay, that first little clip I did is only that chunk. So I'm going to add a new piece of video. So let me just go find another little video. So here I have a video of some jellyfish. So this video doesn't make sense, but whatever. Okay, so that's the second video. So it says 2 of 2. So I can keep adding videos or pictures, whatever I want, as long as it doesn't go over 30 seconds. So that's my second little chunk. Okay, so now I have those 2 pieces of video, and I want to go to the next step. I'm ready to start adding titles. Okay, so I'll click that right arrow. See, not the blue arrow, but the white arrow pointing to the right. So I'm going to click that. Start adding titles and GIFs, things like that. Okay, so see how it's me drinking and then the jellyfish, just like I said. So I want to add, I'm going to click this.
Jar, you're breaking up.
I don't know. Okay, it's just because the data is bad here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I back on?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to add some titles now. So just don't get distracted by the video playing in the background. That's just the way it works. Okay, so I'm going to add a title. So I'm going to add title Purium Goodness. Okay, so you can change the font here like you do in stories, right? Change the color, put on a background, whatever you want to do. Okay, so this title here, place it where you want. You could always change it. And I want to change the timing of this title. I don't just want this title on the whole time, right? Just sitting there. So see on the bottom left, it says Purium. This is my title right here. So if I tap it, I can change the timing. I change where the in point is and where the out point is. Okay, so I just want that one Purium Goodness to start at the beginning and go up until the end of this clip, like right there. Okay. So now let's say I want to move it around. So you can always slide this little playhead. See the white line? That's the playhead. So put your finger on it and you could slide it around. Choose where you want it to start. So, okay, so I want Purium Goodness here and I'm going to move it again. You can place it. Okay, I'm just going to put it here. Okay, so that's one title and that's going to stay there until the jellyfish come on, right? Okay, so let's say I want to do another title. I'll press done at the top right. So I'm done with that title. Someone came in the waiting room. Okay, so now I want to add a title jellyfish to the second one. So I'll click the top right again. I'm going to add a new title. So click the A, top right. Okay, and I'm going to write jellyfish. And I'll change the font and the color. Say I'll make it white. Background. Okay, so that's jellyfish. So I'm going to make it big. I'm going to move it here. Okay, I can always change it, remember? Okay, so then I click the bottom, so not Purium one. One's done. I click the jellyfish one. And it defaults to just being on screen the whole video. But I don't want it on the whole video, right? I just want it from here to here. So I'll grab that handle at the front and drag it to where I want it to start. And I want it to start as soon as the jellyfish starts. So right here. Okay, then I can move it around, place it wherever I want. Okay, so that's good. So I press done. And now we can play it back. So it says Purium Goodness for this one. And then watch this. It'll go off and then it says jellyfish. Okay. Another thing with titles is when you're placing them, if you press and hold, you'll see these lines appear. So this is the center line up and down. And then this is the middle line. So the center of the screen. And then as you scroll up, you're going to bump into another line up and down. Whoop. There. So this limit is showing you like when it crops to square. So in your feed, in your Instagram feed, everything is square. So if you put a title below that, it won't appear in the square. So when you're ready to make your thumbnail at the end, you want everything within these limits. So the top one is there. Okay. So you'll feel it, like your phone will butt up against that line. So don't go above that line or below this line. Keep stuff in the middle. And then let's say I want to add a GIF. So I click that little happy face, the little posted happy face. And then you could search for anything. So you could add GIFs. Let's say I want to put a jellyfish. So here's a cool one. So I'm going to grab this guy. Then the same way, you can move a title around and rotate it, change the size. I'm doing that. But I don't want it throughout the whole video, right? I just want it on the jellyfish part. So I'll, again, at the bottom, I'll click which title I want to work on. So this time it's the GIF, and then I'm going to change where I want it to happen. I just want it to be over this clip, right? And then if you don't want it the whole video, the whole clip, then shorten the end part, shorten the out point, make that difference. And then it'll just disappear after that. So see, it's only coming on for this little part right here. Jellyfish, and then it goes away. Okay, so I click done. Okay, so that's how to add titles. What else is there? You can do the time, you can do temperature, the day of the week. Sound on means like telling people to turn the sound on. And there's so much stuff here, like lots of different GIFs depending on what you want. So go crazy. Okay, if you want to save, like let's say you want to keep working on it later, click that little arrow at the top, this one here, and it'll save it as a draft or into your phone, I believe. So you can work on it later. This little line is for doing, like if you want to write on the screen, like let's say you want to draw like an arrow or something, you could do that. Different types of writing. I'm just gonna undo. Okay. So now let's say I want to add another clip. Let's say, okay, I still feel like it's missing something. I want to add another clip. So you press that back button at the top. Okay, so I'm going back to this screen. You haven't lost anything, okay? Nothing's gone, don't worry. And now, like, I don't know if I can record myself. Let me try recording myself. Hi. Okay, so that's another clip. See how at the top, look at the top screen. So I have that first clip is me drinking Purium, second is the jellyfish, and then that third little clip is me waving, okay? So now I'll go to the next step. I click the white arrow. All right, and now this is my video, okay? So let's say, all right, hi, with a wave. Okay, so this title, I want to put on at the very end for my little clip here at the end. Are you laughing at me, Al? Okay. I don't know why it didn't work. I think because I'm sharing my screen, it can't play back the recording. But that's really how you do it. You just add clips, and then I think if you want to move the clips around, you could actually do that too. How do I do that? Oh yeah. Okay. So here I press the back button. You see how there's a button on the right, the middle button, the button on the left, on the bottom. So if you want to move stuff around, click that little back button. Okay. And here, look, I can reorder these. Oh, I can't reorder them. I thought I could reorder them. Okay, I guess you're committed to that order. But if you want to delete a clip out, like let's say I want to delete this clip of me, I'll click the delete, discard that clip. So it's just these two now, like I had. And then you can trim these videos too if you want. I'll just leave them as is. Okay. Now for the music part. Okay, so I click audio. I'm going to put in this song, this chill hop instrumental. I'll say done. Okay. And then to change the volume of the clips, how do I do that? Audio. And then usually it shows the levels for both the audios. I don't know why it's not showing it. Could be because those clips didn't have any sound, but usually that's the way it works. You can change the audio level of the music and the audio level of the actual source video. Okay, so look, this is pretty much the practice. You can add as many titles as you want. So it will get a little cluttered once you put on a lot of titles, obviously, because you know, it's gonna have them all listed there at the bottom, right? So like biomedic, I want to put that on there. Okay, whoops. I click the title, and then I just want biomedic to appear for a few seconds here in the middle. Okay. So then it's gonna say biomedic. So it's gonna list all your titles here at the bottom. So just don't get mixed up. You can always bounce between them. Okay. See, I'm just clicking on them to change their timing and their placement. So just think of it as like these are all your assets that you're just moving around, and you can change in and out points. It's very easy. And that's how you add titles. I think you can add a little animation to the title as well using this button up here. This little. So that's going to animate the title in. I don't think it's actually doing it right now, but yeah, so that's it. Okay. So let's say you're all done. You got your titles in. You'll click share to. Okay. And then here it's showing you the cover photo. Okay. So if you want to make like a designed cover, what I would do is design it first in Instagram, like put your titles and stuff like that, and then save it to your phone. Otherwise, when you click cover, you could add from camera roll, which would be the generated one, or you could choose from the video itself. See, I'm choosing my, let's say I want this to be my cover photo. So I'm just sliding it on there, and then I click done, and that becomes the cover. So that's what's going to show up in your feed as a little box. Yeah.
I just want to say, like, when you say build it in Instagram, people may not know what you mean. Like, build it in story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll show you how to. So I'm just going to save this as a draft. Okay. So let's say I have this video. Okay. I want to make a cover photo. Okay. So I want to call it like my okay. So find the frame you want. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I know this will make a good cover photo, okay? So I'll take a screenshot. So on an iPhone, to take a screenshot, you press the up volume and the power button at the same time. It takes a screenshot, saves it to your phone. So here you can crop it if you want. Okay, so I'm gonna crop it, say done, save to photos. Okay, then I'll go back into Instagram and I'm gonna create a story. I'm going to upload that picture. Okay, so here's the picture I want to use as my thumbnail. Then I'll design it like I normally would. People I think are really comfortable with stories right now, so I'll call this my big stack. Okay, so this is like the title I want to do. Okay, that's my thumbnail. I could add more stuff. I'll save that to my phone. Okay, now I want to go back into my Instagram, my reels, right? My drafts. So I think I go here and I go here. And iTunes. Okay. I'm just trying to find where the drafts. I always forget where drafts are. Oh, you don't remember where drafts are?
It's on your profile, Jared.
It's on my profile?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Reels.
I go here and then click here. Wait.
Click on your Reels tab.
On my reels here? No.
No. Go to your profile and then you see how it's categorized your picture.
Oh, yeah, here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this is like all my regular feed, and then this is my reels, and then here's my draft. Thank you so much, Genesis. You're a whiz. Okay, so this is my reel. I'm going to open it up, and then when I choose the cover, so at the top left where it says cover, click cover, add from camera roll, and there's my cover, my big stack, and then I save it. Okay, and then okay, I'm coming, Jenny. 1 second. Okay. And then what you do is you write your caption, blah, 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 put your hashtags. And then, oops.
Can I just say something about that? So in Reels, it's not like in regular post. You can't go back and edit it. So that's something that I've like just learned the hard way. So just make sure you write your caption and you're good with it before you press save. You can't go back and edit it. And also you don't have to have all the hashtags in the caption. You could have the hashtags in the next comment too.
Yeah, exactly. So once it's uploaded, you click share, you can tag people, also share to feed. Once that's shared, yeah, like Allison said, you can't edit it, but just do a new comment. I think that's it. So if I clicked edit, then I would go back into editing it and changing the titles and the edit and everything. So you can do it like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, that's the basics. Does anyone have anything else to contribute? Any other ideas?
Well, I just want to say I'm really untechy and it took me a long time to get comfortable with it. So don't get discouraged. Like, just start practicing because it's now finally, after probably like how many months of me doing this, I'm finally feeling like more, just like putting the titles in good order and stuff like that. Like, it becomes really comfortable when you just do it a lot of times. So just don't worry if it's a little bit like, just keep practicing.
Yeah, it gets easier. Allison struggles with this part where with the titles, like it's you have to know a bit about editing, like so you choose the title you want and then choose where you want it to go and how long you want it on screen for. So once you grasp that concept, it's pretty easy. You just kind of have to visualize your video first, and then you just start placing titles and in and out points. And then eventually, like if you have like 30 or 40 titles, like this is going to get very cluttered at the bottom here. So just keep in mind, you can always bounce between the ones you want. It's very simply laid out. And yeah, just get comfortable with that idea of like choosing a title, in and out point, and placement, and you'll be good to go. And then, yeah, just be careful that you don't go too low with it. See the blue lines? You don't want to go outside of those boundaries, or else they won't show up in the square.
Samantha has her hand up, and then Genesis. Samantha.
Hey, so I missed the beginning, so I'm not sure, you may have said this, but I just wanted to touch on a few things that the Million Mom Movement social media lady, I can't remember her name, Neva, she was mentioning when she was talking about Reels one time, that like a good tip is, and I don't listen to it all the time, but just to throw it out there, is to have one that loops. So like her example was starting the camera like down at her feet skateboarding, and then like going up and out to the beach, and then back down to her feet skateboarding. That way it kind of tricks viewers into not realizing that they've seen your entire reel quite yet, because the beginning looks just like the end, and that will force them to watch it multiple times, which is good. You want more views. And then another thing she said when she was talking at that point was like, there's pros and cons to having a lot of words that are so quickly on your screen to where you can't read them the first time. So some people will say that you want your viewers to be able to read that first time, but she was explaining that if you have words that are popping up and then going away, and maybe it's happening a little too quickly, it'll force the viewer to watch it multiple times. That way they can get to the end and read everything. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay, that's great. Sorry, we were just in the transition of moving places.
I was like, did I freeze?
No, that's amazing tips. That's really good. The loop thing, I think that happened accidentally with my peppermint bark video yesterday. It got a lot of views, and it like ended the same way. It started with the peppermint bark and it ended that way. So I think that it does have that really good effect. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. Genesis, who had their
And Genesis, yeah.
Hi, so I just wanted to add a couple tips that I wrote down, just in case you guys already don't know this. But like what helps me when I'm like making reels and stuff is that I always batch create content. So like I always do it in order. So if you're on Instagram and you see like a reel or something, like an audio that you really like, I always save the audio by clicking on the bottom right-hand corner and then using it later. So that way I don't have to look for like audio when I'm creating, I already know. And then it gives you time to like figure out what you want to talk about in the reel. And then
that's why we do that too.
Yeah, and then the other thing was like anytime that I make a reel, like batch create like a whole bunch of them, I always save it to my phone first, because sometimes Instagram glitches and it doesn't allow you, like right now, a really popular glitch is the one where you can't move the slider on the bottom for your ¿cómo se dice? The words. So just make sure that's why it's really important to save your audio and all your videos and stuff. So if you're having the issue of like you can't move the slider on the bottom, make sure that you save the video first and then re-upload using the audio and stuff. So that's like a hack to the glitch. The other thing I was gonna say was what gets a lot of attention outside of just doing the loops that you guys were just talking about is doing transitions. So if you're doing like a live video and you're saying like you're talking or something, like putting your hand up to the camera and then making another video with like a different outfit or something will get a lot of people's attention. I don't mind, like if you guys like want to learn how to do all that stuff, I know it's kind of hard to do it over Zoom, but you can always like hit me up on Instagram and I'll show you like
well, Jen, I think a better use of your time would be maybe to do like maybe like, you know, I don't know, maybe next week do like a more in-depth like content social media, like Zoom call, like with, and that way you could save it, Jen, and then,
Oh yeah,
share it
true.
with your team as they're growing and everything. That would be a really great, I think, better use of your time than to have answering everyone's questions and everything.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we can organize it.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to get into like too much stuff and confuse people, so I'll just
Well,
leave it there.
we have to be like, this is all new for all of us, so we're all digesting it in little bite-sized amounts. But I think Angie had a great question. She said, "Do you edit it first in like, do you edit it first and then upload it?" So you can edit within the reel, because it's like you can put, let's say, okay, when I made my peppermint bark video yesterday, um, I just took we just videoed like little clips of me making it along the way. And they were all quite long. They were all like maybe like 15 to 30 seconds clips. But what we did was I think you sped it up in
Yeah.
Splice first, though, right?
Yeah, I did the edit in Spice, but you could do it all in Reels.
Can you speed up in Reels?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can actually upload, because it's like you can upload many different little videos, and then you can shorten them within. So you're kind of like editing it within Reels. Like you can elongate them, shorten them, or even change the speed of them within Reels. So that, like, yeah, it's not, it's easy, but it's not easy when you hear it. Like, it's easy when you do it, and you have to do it a few times for it to be easy, like many times. So it's not easy right off the bat, but practice, let's say, making something for dinner, okay? And just taking little clips, like, first I'm frying my onion. Just show that, right? Just show like a 5-second clip of you frying your onion. Then do adding your this, and then show 5 seconds of like that. And do little, like, practice with like a little step-by-step something that you're doing that you could just take little clips and then put them all into the reel. And then add a heading for each one. Like, first add onion, then add, like, I think that's a really fun reel to practice on, because we all cook here, and so we're all going to be making something at some point today, and do something. And whatever we're gonna, even if it's what else do we
Like
do?
mixing
Like making your apothecary at night or something, So showing, first I have my warm water, like, then I add my, like, something really simple like that. Even 2 steps. Put that in a reel, those 2 different little clips, and put a little heading and some, like, maybe some soothing music or something. Yeah,
like the one I just demoed was very simple. It only had 2 clips, but you could have many, as long as it's not over 30. I think 30 seconds is the limit, or maybe it's a minute for a reel. Genesis, do you know what it is? The time limit? 30 seconds?
You like for Reels, you don't want to go more than 30 seconds, but the most is 60 seconds if it's like informative.
Right. Okay. So within that, like, let's say you did a whole dinner, you probably have like 10 little clips, one after the other, right? So you want to be very economical about how much of those clips you're using. You don't want to sit on the onions shot for like 10 seconds. Things need to move quickly. So yeah, that timeline will be cluttered. You'll see a lot of little clips, but if you can just kind of be patient and work your titles one by one, I think what happens to a lot of people at the beginning is they get a little sloppy with their titles. So like the shot will end, but the title will keep going for like a second too long. So just be careful how you trim the head. It's called the head and the tail of the clip. So the head and the tail, just make sure that they're tight so that you don't overlap onto other clips. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. I think what we need to focus, like, that's the technical nitty-gritty part of it. I think what we need to do is focus on what the actual content is, and like Genesis was saying, is like try to get something eye-catching, like a fancy transition. Like we were doing the Purium cheers thing a lot. Where you bring the bottle right up to the lens, and then you cut, and then you start the next video with the bottle in front of the camera, and then you pull out, and it's like a different scene, right? So that is like a very smooth transition. And a lot of people do this thing now where they're like, yeah, like they put their hand over, and then they're wearing some different clothes or something like that in the next shot.
Putting on makeup or something.
Makeup. So this is like the transformation, and it could be anything. It could be like you just spinning around, like.
Ooh, it would be a good oh my God, for everyone who's getting their 30-day transformation, they could like do they could do like before, and show themselves, and then and then wait till after, and then like after their transformation, show themselves. Like that could be a really effective.
Yeah, exactly.
That would take a lot of like, you'd have to have that patience in between and do all the work in between and everything, but it would make a really good reel in the end.
Totally. So Kara said she's going to a conference with Coach Fryer tomorrow night on Reels. Yeah, please pass on any tips. Yeah, Genesis is stealing that. That's good.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I think a lot of what Reels is people getting inspired by others and copying them, or just
whatever you get inspired. Like, okay, I love what Genesis said, that like, watch other Reels. Okay, watch what people are doing. Watch what's trending. And then just save. It's very easy. You just say save audio, and it goes right into your phone. So you, you just have all these ideas when you need something to do. You have like, I forget how many Reels audios I have saved, but it's like, oh my God, I have a gold mine in my phone right now. So anytime I, need to think of something, I should just go right into there and recreate it. And some of them are like 5 seconds, like really fast ones. You don't have to, if you don't have time, but it's a really good practice to try and do a reel every day. Like that is something that I know a lot of people who are trying to grow their audience, that's all they're focused on, is just one reel a day. And
30 days of Reels.
30. They want to do a challenge, 30 days of Reels.
I love it.
Let's see what happens. We'll do a before and after our Instagram following show, like how many people it grew by. But yeah, it's a really, really, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Angie, it's like amazing because, you get to show people who are like the 50+ crowd who say like, oh, I don't know how to do that. It's like, well, I did it. Like you could do it too, and so we'll start easy. You start just like, we'll start simple, whatever we get. Whatever stops us from scrolling, generally that's a good idea, that it'll stop other people from scrolling. So save any Reels that you like.
Yeah.
Do you want to show how to go to watch the Reels? Is that clear for everyone? Because it wasn't really clear for me. So just go to.
I could do it from like my from the computer.
Yeah.
Here. Actually, I don't think there are Reels on the computer.
Yeah, there is.
Where?
On Instagram.
I know, but there's no section for them.
What?
Like usually when you there's a Reels button.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think on a laptop it's different. I'd have to do it from my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So to see all the Reels, let me just see. Show your yeah.
It's this button here on the bottom. There, you press that, and then you just. And then all the most popular Reels when you swipe up. Usually you'll catch like someone in one of your followers Reels. So these are the ones that get like millions of views, and then you'll see one of your friends pop up in here in this feed. So if you like the music, you click.
So you see
the original audio, and then that's the audio from that clip, and then I can click use audio at the bottom. So if I saw one that I liked the music from, you'd click use audio from it. And yeah, just get inspired. Like obviously don't just like mindlessly browse Reels, but when you get comfortable with what's out there and what people are doing, you're more likely to be on the pulse of what's cool, what's happening. So yeah, I think so. We have like another 20 minutes about. So
we could all maybe.
I'm gonna stop the recording because we want to just do a Reels focus. Unless anyone has anything else to add about Reels, we'll go into just like a regular power hour.
Yes, Jen.
And yeah.
No, Genesis.
Sorry, I just had one more thing, just real quick. So if you have an Instagram account and you're not on creator or business mode, I highly suggest that because you have access to more audios and stuff. And also, you'll be able to see which Reels or like from any of your content, which one's doing really well. That way you can duplicate it. So if you have a Reel that's doing really well and you use a transition or something like putting your hand or like doing the bottle or whatever, that you know that your audience likes that, so you can do it over and over again. And it shows you like how many times people shared it or like how many people saved it. So it's like really, really useful. And then you could also see like there's like a whole bunch of information in there, like what time your followers are active. You could see like your demographic